recorded. Okay, class, this demo is on joints, or arthroses. So basically, joints or arthroses. We are not going to study arthroses in details. So this is just a general idea and few structures associated with the joints that we are studying. And we are only learning some of the synovial joints, leaving all other joints out of our study field. So the first one is the shoulder joint. You will find this on the page number 40. The Gleno Humeral joint, also known as the shoulder joint, commonly referred to as the shoulder joint. So the glenohumeral joint is basically the joint between, we are mostly studying the joint between the clavicle and the scapula. Okay. The clavicle and the scapula is what we are mostly studying. So as you know, many of these synovial joints, they have thick articular capsule, which basically encircles the entire joint, most of the entire joint. And there is presence of cartilage, which causes an easy gliding of the bones against one another. And there are ligaments as well. So articular capsule, cartilage, and ligaments. These are typically what you find. All three are typically found in the synovial joints. So we are studying the ligaments. The three ligaments: acromioclavicular ligament, Coracoclavicular ligament, and Coracoacromial ligament. Okay, so acromioclavicular ligament. Let me change the color here. Acromioclavicular ligament. As the name tells you, this is a ligament between the acromial process of the scapula and the clavicle. So here is the clavicle. Here is the scapula. We are looking at the right scapula because you can see the medial surface. Yes. Subscapular fossa. So here is the acromial process. Here is the coracoid process. So acromioclavicular ligament, this ligament which runs from between the acromial process and the clavicle, acromioclavicular ligament. We are also learning about the coracoacromial ligament. Coracoacromial ligament. So coracoacromial, the ligament between the acromion and the coracoid process, is a thick ligament that runs between spread between the acromion and coracoid process of the scapula. So here is the acromion, here is the coracoid process. This is the coracoacromial ligament. This is number 2. So here is number 1. The third one is coracoclavicular ligament. So coracoclavicular ligament means between the coracoid process and the clavicle. Okay. So coracoclavicular ligament. Here is the third. Coracoclavicular ligament between the coracoid process and the clavicle. Coracoclavicular ligament has two parts to it. We are not learning it for the exam, but just for knowledge, FYI, conoid and trapezoid based on the shape. So here is the conoid, actually the trapezoid and the conoid. So coracoclavicular ligament. So this is the coracoclavicular ligament. So three ligaments we are learning. One is acromioclavicular, right here. Second one is acromio, or rather coracoacromial. And the third one is coracoclavicular, right here. Okay. You can see some of the same ligaments from the posterior aspect. You can see the acromioclavicular, because this is the acromion process. Acromioclavicular, and you can see the coracoclavicular, conoid, trapezoid, coracoclavicular, and you can see just part of the coracoacromial. You see part of the coracoacromial. Three ligaments. Okay. Then the elbow joint. For the elbow joint, on our list, we have radial collateral ligament, let me find another color. Radial collateral ligament, annular ligament, which basically is associated with radius. Then we will also look at ulnar collateral ligament and articular capsule. So basically, this is the lateral view of the right elbow joint. Okay, lateral. You can see the radius, the radial tuberosity right there. So this radial collateral ligament is here. Basically, the radial collateral ligament, which between the lateral, runs between the lateral epicondyle and the radius. The head of the radius. So identify the head of the radius. Right here is the head of the radius. The head of the radius is surrounded and covered by the annular ligament. So this ligament running horizontally around the head of the radius. This is the annular ligament. Radial collateral ligament basically extends between the lateral epicondyle of the humerus to this annular ligament. So if I erase all of this is the annular ligament. As you can see, this is separate. While this ligament right here, this is the radial collateral ligament, extends between the lateral epicondyle of the humerus to the annular ligament. This is the lateral view. Okay. Now we are looking at the medial view of the same joint. This is the right side, right elbow joint. On the medial view, you can see the ulnar collateral ligament. The ulnar collateral ligament basically extends from the medial epicondyle of the humerus to the coronoid process of the ulna, and it also extends partly to the olecranon process. So basically, right around here is the epicondyle. So this ligament that we are looking at from here to here and all of that, this is actually here. This is ulnar collateral ligament. Okay. Then the fourth, articular capsule. Articular capsule is the thick connective tissue capsule that encircles most of the elbow joint, most of the humeral-ulnar and radio-ulnar joint even. So humeral-ulnar, basically this sac that you are looking at. Look at this. The ulnar collateral is here. This sac, this is part of that articular capsule. So we learned the radial collateral ligament, annular ligament, which is the ligament of radius, ulnar collateral ligament, and articular capsule. In a posterior view, you can see all three of these. You can see so basically this is the ulna, here is the radius. So this is the medial aspect, this is the lateral aspect. So this would be radial collateral ligament. I'm just writing L for ligament. This is the annular ligament. Here is the ulnar collateral ligament. You don't really see the articular capsule here. Okay. That's the shoulder joint and the elbow joint.